The stakes were getting even higher. The CRAiGsLiST killer was clearly willing to strike again. But just when it looked like things had gone from bad to worse, Boston police caught a big break in the Julissa Brisman case. 2 days after the Rhode Island attack, investigators got the internet protocol address the CRAiGsLiST killer used to send his emails.
The IP address came back to that apartment building in Quincy and to his apartment, and then it was in the name of Philip Markoff.
Now they had a name, but they didn't know if that was the person who actually sent the emails.
Given the prevalence of wireless internet access, we couldn't be sure whether or not our suspect was using somebody else's access to the internet or their own.
The common thought was, why would he use his own computer? Perhaps somebody was just parking near this building and basically hijacking the internet signal.
So Sergeant Detective Brian Albert and the Boston Police fugitive team settled in outside this apartment building in the bedroom community of Quincy. They were watching for the man in those surveillance photos.
They were looking for a tall, over 6 feet, white guy with blonde hair. And lo and behold, he eventually came out of the front door.
Actually, at one point, he went over and tinkered with a car to try to do some repairs on it. I got out of my soft car and walked over to take a closer look to see if it was really him. And I walked by him within a few feet, and I was pretty positive that was the person, at least that I had seen in the videos from the crimes.
He called in to headquarters.
I contacted Lieutenant Detective Robert Murner immediately, and I told him that I liked him to be the guy that was in the surveillance videos.
We felt we were getting closer to Mr. Markoff.
At the same time, police began looking into just who Philip Markoff was. What they found was a shock.
We knew that he was a student at Boston University Medical School, and again, did not fit the profile, if you will, of someone that we would expect of doing armed robbery, murder.
On paper, this isn't, who it should have been.
Markoff was a 23-year-old training to be a physician, learning to save lives at the very same hospital where Julissa Brisman was pronounced dead.
In Boston, most of our homicides are committed by a certain segment of the population. It's not usually a medical student who has everything before him. Immediately, it becomes even more frightening because he's not motivated by money or some sort of gang beef. He's motivated by something, I guess, far more sinister.
Coming up, those who knew Philip Markoff revealed just who the CRAiGsLiST